Elizabeth Viljoen, the Public Relations Manager for District 112, and today I'm interviewing one of my favorite Toastmasters, Katrina Matich. She's a DTM and she has just been named a finalist in the Attitude Awards, but we'll talk about that a little later. First, we're going to talk about her Toastmasters journey. So Katrina, tell me, why did you join Toastmasters?
I joined Toastmasters to basically fine-tune my skills of speaking and also to learn the skills of delivering a speech and your message clearly to the audience. I would like to, in the future, become a keynote speaker, and that's the main reason I joined Toastmasters, to learn those skills and fine-tune them.
That's wonderful. So which club did you join when you started?
I joined Weekend Toastmasters, which is based in the North Shore in Birkenhead.
And have you had any challenges in Toastmasters?
Besides the getting over the nerves and standing up on stage, which all Toastmasters are aware of, or most people come to Toastmasters with their own challenge, learning how to speak or wanting to prepare a speech for that special occasion. I came to challenge myself, but I joined Toastmasters open for those challenges, but I also had my own challenges to deal with because of my sight impairment. I was unable to read a lot of the books. We were working out of manuals on that time. This was before Pathways was around. We had manuals to work out of, and due to my sight impairment, I was unable to read those books. So when learning the speeches, I had someone from my club read the objectives out to me, and then I would formulate my speech and deliver it with no notes. So I did a lot by memory. So there were a few more challenges for me, as opposed to just standing on the stage and learning the key aspects of delivery. But I'm always up for a challenge. So we've managed to conquer those challenges.
There are people who's benefiting more from the new program than from the old program.
Absolutely. I've really felt Pathways has been a huge enhancement from an accessibility perspective, because the old program, if you had a sight impairment and you did not learn Braille, it was very challenging to get that text read out to you, all the different scenarios read out, where Pathways has got those different elements built in, and you can use a screen reader with that text on Pathways, so it's much easier to work through. And the videos are really good. You don't need to necessarily watch, or your sight doesn't need to be perfect for the videos, because they're very clear and concise on their explanations and what the people are doing, and they give really good examples.
Yeah, and you are very active in the Toastmasters community. So tell me, what other experiences have Toastmasters provided?
So Toastmasters has provided a number of experiences. I started off going to conferences, and from going to conferences, I really got a firm understanding of the way, I guess, to progress through Toastmasters. So I got a good understanding of the club officer role. So I started doing a few of those. I was a sergeant at arms, and I was a treasurer, and then I was public relations officer. And then that progressed through to being an area director. So there's a number of roles that Toastmasters has open for people to try out, and I found those roles really enhanced my working career as well, because a lot of the skills I learnt within those roles I was able to take back to my working life or put into my day-to-day life. So those are some of the experiences I've had.
That's wonderful. So of those, what are your most memorable experiences?
I guess a couple of my favourite ones were having the opportunity. I was also a club coach and have been also a mentor to a couple of clubs and helped basically launch a few clubs. I really like club coaching because it's a sense of achievement at the end. You start out with a club that's almost folding potentially, and then you get the opportunity to basically rally everyone together and build that camaraderie and come back and achieve something really great because you've basically built it up and worked with the community and brought a few more people on board and made that a really functioning club. So it's really lovely to see that happen and the positive outcome at the end, and also the people that benefit from their experience with Toastmasters. And I really enjoy the aspect of club coaching and mentoring because you get new people on board and they come in and they're there just to learn how to give a wedding speech, or they might be there to learn some key traits on delivering slideshows or presentations for their business and their working career. And you see them 6 months down the track, they've grown so much and they've got so much more from it. And then they're looking to take leadership roles within Toastmasters as well. So I really like to see the growth in people.
Okay, so what are your future goals in Toastmasters?
My future goals within Toastmasters, I've joined Auckland Advanced, and Auckland Advanced Club, one of their goals is basically to assist other clubs or work with the community to grow Toastmasters. And that's what I'm planning to do with Auckland Advanced. We're working in a partnership to help coach some local schools with their speech competitions and get the Toastmasters name out there a little bit. We're also doing a few community projects. So it's a really good way to engage people, and with the new people, we can get them into clubs and also help mentor them. So that's one thing I really enjoy about Toastmasters is building and seeing the growth and the benefits that other people are receiving.
Yes. And what other things that's interesting that you do through Toastmasters?
Other things I've done through Toastmasters in my journey, it's given me some opportunities to travel. I'm not someone who will go and travel to a place if I've got no purpose to go there. And for me, with Toastmasters, with the conventions, it's given me a really good opportunity to travel around New Zealand and travel to different places in the world even and see parts of New Zealand, but also have that great group of people, which is almost like a second family, to travel with and have those experiences with them. I've been to many parts of New Zealand, which I never would have gone to if it weren't for Toastmasters. And I've travelled around the world for various different reasons. And every country I've visited, I've made sure to search out a Toastmasters club or meeting. And it's so enjoyable going to another country and popping into a meeting where it's very familiar and you know what you're heading into, but also it's like coming home to a great big family.
Exactly. So where to now? What's your plans?
Well, I've basically just written a book. The skills I've got through Toastmasters are going to help immensely when marketing myself with this book. I'm also working on becoming a keynote speaker to share and inspire other people with my story. And I'm also going to continue with Toastmasters and get my second DTM through Pathways, which is a new program that's recently opened up through Toastmasters. And from the visual aspect, I really feel Pathways has been extremely beneficial because it's all online. And for me, being able to access something with audio software online and be able to progress through Pathways by myself, as opposed to relying on someone else to help me read that book, has been extremely beneficial and helpful. So I've completed 2 paths on the Pathways new system, and I'm going to proceed with completing my capstone project hopefully next year, early next year, which will leave me my second DTM. And then once I've got that, I plan to just work with Toastmasters and Auckland Advanced, which is my home club, to just grow Toastmasters and do a lot more mentoring to new people coming through is where my passion lies.
So how would you summarize Toastmasters to someone who is thinking about joining?
I would say it's one of the best presents you can buy yourself. You may come in looking to improve your speech or your speaking abilities, but you will get so much more. You will gain skills which you can learn in any part of your life. You can use them. You can also gain opportunities which may open work careers for you, and you will also gain a whole lot of friends and a whole lot of fun as well.
Now, Katrina, you were recently nominated and then became a finalist in the Spirit of Attitude Award. Now, this award is for people who had a unique journey and had risen to the challenges of your disability and applied that positive can-do attitude. Won't you describe your personal challenges and which goals you achieved to be nominated for this wonderful award?
Now, within the Attitude Award, it's something that ACC runs, which is accident compensation. There are a number of different categories, such as like employees, attendant care, community-based awards, or Spirit of Attitude, which was the award I was nominated for. I've done a lot of community work, which is based in the community for the Spirit of Attitude Award, but it also incorporated people with disabilities or challenges in their life, which were nominees for this particular award. It was a huge privilege and an honour to be nominated for the Spirit of Attitude Award, and it was a lovely evening. I really enjoyed it, and I met a lot of amazing people there.
So people who are interested to know more about the awards and who would like to watch the award ceremony this Sunday at 4 p.m. on TV NZ1, where can they get more information?
They just need to type in Attitude Awards New Zealand into Google and it will come up. And also on TV on demand, Attitude program has got a whole breakdown of the award ceremony and the night.
So Katrina, you received your first DTM recently. How did you experience that moment?
Well, I was absolutely blown away, in all honesty, because I received my DTM in May, and that was in the middle of lockdown when New Zealand was at a level 4 status and a lot of America was in lockdown as well. And to come home one day from work, because I do work at a hospital and I'd worked right through COVID, and it was a very stressful time, and to come home and find this plaque, this big box sitting on my doorstep with the Toastmasters logo on it, absolutely meant the world to me. because it was such a shock, and it was something I never thought would turn up for a couple of months, and it turned up within 3 weeks of submission. So I was absolutely chuffed. It was a wonderful moment.
You work with school programs to help children. Can you maybe tell me a little bit about that?
So the program I work with is called Chefs for Compassion, and it's basically a program that teaches students the skills. It's basically an anti-bullying program, also teaching compassion and understanding to students. So within their school year, in the 4 terms, they complete a program which is basically learning to cook through their food technology class, and then they may cook for the community groups. Throughout lockdown, they had to do meals which they packed into boxes and then dropped off at the women's refuge, for example. However, usually they would do a sit-down meal for a number of different organisations, and then the students go away at end of their program on the 4th term and reflect and write a speech on what they have learnt about being in the program, showing compassion and understanding, and working with their community. And as Toastmasters, we come in and help guide the students on how to construct their speech. Some of these students are based in the year it's targeted at is Form 1 and Form 2. So they're about 12 and 11 years old, these students. And at the moment, it's run within 6 schools within Auckland, very close to each other on the North Shore. But the program has just been accepted by the Ministry of Education, and we're wanting to roll it out across New Zealand within the future. So hopefully, working with Auckland Advanced, we can get some Toastmasters all around New Zealand in the future when this program is in many more schools, for some Toastmasters to maybe come on board for 3 weeks and help out coach some of these students and help them grow as people and deliver their speeches. And it's a fantastic showcase night when they do it. It's always on the 28th of November, which is World Compassion Day, and it's an amazing showcase of young people talking about what they've learnt and what inspires them with compassion.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to interview you. I appreciate it. And now you're more than my favorite Toastmaster. You're just one of my heroes.
Well, thank you.